What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ayo Noah coming back to you with another AyooTexanNation update. Today, we are going to be discussing the press conference Nick Caserio had earlier today. If you want to stay up to date with Houston Texans content going forward via draft, via off-season reports, anything like that, go ahead and drop a like to support the channel and hit the sub to stay up to date with all the things going forward. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, Nick Caserio started off the press conference with one of the biggest speculations regarding him so far this offseason. Whether or not he will be leaving the Houston Texans after the draft, Nick Caserio basically quotes the Wolf of Wall Street with his words saying, "I am not leaving. This is big news regarding the Houston Texans, Texans fans all over, because one of the main things with the Houston Texans and fans we have over the past couple years, whenever there is rumors, speculations, I'll give an example with the whole DeAndre Hopkins trade rumors. I remember waking up that day, seeing DeAndre Hopkins might get traded, this and that. I thought it was BS at first. I thought it was not possible at all. 1 hour later, the dude is gone. I did make a video over that when it happened, and I'm telling you, still to this day, I'm still upset at the trade. He should have been one of the guys that retired as a Houston Texan without leaving any other team. But regardless of that, let's not go over that horrible nightmare. Yes, Nick Caserio is not leaving the Houston Texans, which is big news for the organization because Nick Caserio has done great work, in my opinion, with this team, gathering more additional first-round picks after years of not having a first-round pick, adding salary cap space after years of being one of the lowest salary cap having teams in the league. We're top 5 right now. Next year we'll be top 3 in most salary cap. Nick Caserio has done a great job as GM. It's debatable that he is the best GM in Houston Texans history. Rick Smith did put in work, but Nick Caserio is right on his tail as being the best in franchise history. But yes, he lets it know, Texan Nation, Nick Caserio is not leaving. He enjoys working for this team. He wants to build with Demeco Ryans and just make this team a championship winning team, and I am excited to see where this thing goes forward. The next thing that the Houston Texans discussed, well, Nick Caserio discussed, was they have been receiving phone calls about trading that number 2 overall pick. They have received calls. They haven't entertained it. We don't really know. I'm pretty sure Nick Caserio is not going to say if they entertained it or not because we still do have 10 days left into the draft. But yes, teams are calling, and I personally don't think it would be a bad option because with that number 2 pick, it's possible you could get 2, maybe 3 additional first-round picks, and that would just keep adding and stacking this squad even bigger and better. And next year, if we do want to get a quarterback like Caleb Williams, a Drake May, we'll have the ammunition to be able to add those guys and trade up and get them. Because in my personal opinion, I've been wrong. I've been wrong countless of times, but I think this team is going to be better than it was last year, coaching-wise, players-wise, just overall as a team will be better than it was last year and the previous 3 seasons. So yes, if the Houston Texans were to trade that number 2 pick, I don't think it would be a bad option. The next thing that was answered, asked them was, what is the plans on quarterback in the draft? Nick Caserio, of course, did not fully go into detail what their plans are because that would just ruin basically the whole plan, what they going to do that night. But, you know, all options are still on the table, and that kind of gears into my last point of the video. You either go defense at 2, quarterback at 2, or just plain and simple, you trade back, gather more first-round picks. All 3 of these, in my personal opinion, are great options for the Houston Texans. We are in a win-win-win position. I know a lot of fans want quarterback this, we don't get quarterback, sell the team. Look, if the guys in the building, Nick Caserio, Demeco Ryans, the scouting department, All those guys say, look, we're not sold on any of these guys. You don't take them. If there's not a clear-cut player that the Houston Texans are interested in, you wait until you have that guy that you have your sights on. And I know that's not a fan favorite opinion, but somebody has to be reasonable. We're not going to be bad if we took Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson, or traded back and got more picks. We're not going to be bad if we took a quarterback either. And we're not going to be bad if we traded back and gathered more first-round picks. We have the coaching staff. We have the players, and we're going to have the players to be able to become successful in this league. That is my personal opinion going forward. I will drop more Houston Texans content later on this week, next week especially. So if you want to stay tuned to that, like I said, go ahead and drop a like to support the channel. Go ahead and hit the sub to stay up to date with the channel. And as I say, it's your boy Noah signing off. Peace. Go Texans.